Greetings to all. I'm Carlos Febres, head instructor of the Ninja Ryu School of Bujutsu. I'm also the Shihan of the Kagetora Budokai and the Saiko Shihan of the Nisei Yoshu-ryu Kenpo Karate. This is the fourth on a series of videos regarding titles and rank within the Japanese martial arts. Since the system that I preside are more under the Japanese line, we follow the lines dictated by Japanese Budo. I have some people approach me and ask me simply why I'm doing this. And I think that's a good question. And the answer is, just to give you an example, last summer I was in Japan visiting my teachers, and I had the opportunity to sit down with other martial artists in Japan. In one of those meetings, the one that happened in Igaoneo, it became very clear that the people in the area are very aware of what's going on in the United States regarding martial arts subjects. And that hit me on the head. So wait a minute. These people are in the net. These people are watching. They got access to Facebook. They got access to all these information sources. They see what we do. So every time we made a mistake, we use the wrong title or we call ourselves this or that, the Japanese are watching, and personally, that's not good. So I'm doing this to help my fellow martial artists, to make sure that everything follow more or less a good track. I understand that other systems may have other method and other titles and other way of using their stuff. This is just my opinion. You can argue with that every time. But again, my idea is simply that we need to look good in front of anybody. Okay, today we're going to discuss 3 subjects, and 2 of the subjects I'm going to have to go back to something that we talked before. So I'm going to start again with the title of Soke. I spoke about the Soke before, but I want to go a little bit more deep in what this title is, because still there's a lot of people outside Japan that are using this title the wrong way. Now, Soke is the inherited of something. It applies not only to martial arts, but it applies to normal Japanese life. In Japan, Soke is a legal title. It literally means head of the family. This means in order for you to be Soke in the martial arts, you have to inherit the system from somebody who is blood related to you. Clearly, if it is your father. Of course, inheritance in Japan follow what is called the Salic law, which means males have preference over females. So the title of Soke goes to the firstborn male, and it keep on going the line, and if there is no males, it'll go to the firstborn female. The point is, you cannot, let me repeat this again, you cannot use the title Soke if you are not blood related to the former master. You can use Taisho, you can use Kancho, you can use Kiyoshi, you can use Dai Sensei if you want. But the title Soke, you need to be blood related. If there are no blood related relationship, you cannot use the title. The second title I want to talk to you, I discussed it before, but again, I've seen this coming out in the net and in several places, so I think I have to touch it again. And it's the title of O-Sensei. Again, a lot of people apparently do not understand very well what O-Sensei means. O-Sensei is one of the few titles in the martial arts that you cannot give yourself. Somebody else has to give it to you. It's a recognition of your a lot of years training people in the martial arts. In theory, in order to receive the title, you have to be recommended by 4 Shihan level students that you produce, and at least an additional 1 Shihan level that is not from your organization. So you need 5 people minimum. They get together, they write the paper, they make a ceremony, and they give the recognition to you. That's the first point. Point number 2, once somebody is recognized as a sensei within the line of your style, nobody else can use that title. I'll give you the example of Urashiba Sensei. He was recognized as O-Sensei, and in Aikido, there's nobody else with that title, and nobody else can carry the title O-Sensei. The idea is that when you say O-Sensei, everybody knows you're talking about Urashiba in Aikido. Kogaru in the United States, same example. We have one O-Sensei, which is the late Professor Ronald Duncan, and that's it. We cannot have any more O-Senseis within that line because we have only one. And when we use the word O-Sensei in Kogaru in the United States, everybody knows we're talking about Professor Duncan. So that's basically the thing with O-Sensei. This is a very important title. It's a very long recognition, and we need to use it adequately. The last thing I want you to talk about is something that I've seen lately out there, and I'm going to call it the double titles. I've seen lately several people using double titles, and sometimes these double titles are mix of two languages. For example, Dr. Soke, Professor Kaisho. You can see the problem here. My recommendation, no two titles. One. You call yourself what you want to call yourself, or you call yourself what your student call you, but keep it on one title. If you use two titles or more, it looks bad and it diminishes all of us. Like always, if you have any questions, you can email me at daikagetora@yahoo.com, or you can also contact me through Facebook. Have a nice day, and God bless you.